And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 of the finals of the EU Hi Rez tournament between Exposed Secrets and Bipolar Method. So, after two very long and extreme matches, I am hoping we have a slightly shorter one. Possibly the 40 minute mark would be nice. But it's been quite action-packed. You can't say that we haven't had that many kills and so on and so forth like that. It's all been really, really good. Now, let's just kind of run down what everybody's picked. So, this time we see Bobikov. I swear that's how you kind of pronounce it anyway. Bobikov on Freya. We got Zimp on Hercules. We got Mordor on Barkus again. Man, he loves this guy. He just loves this guy. So he's all three games he's played this same guy. We see Funball on her again. Straight away, he's rushing Heartseeker as well as Neef, Youngbow on the other team. We also see Shadow Nightmare. He's on his legendary gold skin for Poseidon again. So that's another game with Poseidon. So for Bipolar Method, they've got MVP Badger on Hades. Harrock on 4. We see Youngbay on Neef, the naughty nurse Neef with rushing the Heartseeker. We see Spoo on Ra and a Lobster on Hebo. Now, when you look at these kind of combos, now I'm kind of surprised that the way the picks, because if you look at Exposed Secrets, there are right. You've got 2 tanky bruisers, but you've got 3 very high damage dealers. So you've got on her, which is very devastating early on. Good belly flop. Nothing else you can kind of do with that though. There's no level 2 belts yet. But 2 very kind of tanky and annoying people. You've got Hercules and Bacchus. They still do quite a bit of damage. And you see Badger over on his own again. I don't know what... Well, I suppose he's going in there. But look, Badger again. Is he going to give away first blood for the second game running? Yes, he is. Yeah. Second game running now, he's give first blood. The guy needs to back off. God. Okay, so you see... If you look at the teams, alright, let's just put it this way. Exposed Secret teams, very high damage burst teams. Well, high damage burst, and then you've got Freya for a bit more kind of like mediocre, constant high damage. Hercules as well for the boulder. And then you look at Bipolar Method. They've got Hades, Ra, 4, which are all kind of mediocre damage. Okay, they do alright damage, but not a lot. Then you've got Neef and Hebo. So they're kind of like mid-range in everything. There's no one got high amount of damage, but no one's and they're all kind of tanky. I kind of feel that Bipolar Method have been outpicked just by what they've got, just because it kind of feels that they're just lacking in damage output compared to Exposed Secrets. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I'd like to see how this one goes, but from first impressions, I kind of think Exposed Secrets has the edge, especially with their aggressive nature on objectives. They've definitely got a lot of like team fight potential in those picks. Now, also definitely a lot of AoE. You've got the Poseidon Kraken, you've got the Berserker, Desert Fury that's going to go through everybody. You've got Intoxication from Bacchus. I've also got the boulder from Zimp. I forgot what it's called. It's Earthbreaker or something like that. Earthbreaker. And then you've also got the AoE pretty much from everything that Freya does, apart from her 1. Okay. But the only AoE you've really got is kind of on the other side where you got Hebo's ultimate, you got Hades' ultimate, which is, there we go, Kraken, bang, and then over it goes, Hebo down. So caught out on the side lane there, 3-man gank straight mid. That was actually really well done. I just see the kind of like jump over, straight out and go. You also see right hand side, Hercules is pushing back at Ra. Pushes him back. Can he drive him, strike him out a bit more? No, Ra is level 5. Now Hercules is level 5. So Zimp finally got to level 5. But you see, Exposed Secrets have already picked up level 2 kills already. 2 kills already. One was silly. Alright, I think that one was twice now he's done it. 2 very silly first bloods he's given away. And Exposed Secrets have capitalised on mistakes. Fair enough, Hebo, poor guy, Lobster, is or lobster. I just got it lobster. Sod it. Is he just got caught out? There was nothing he could do. He was just outside the line. He got belly flopped, bounced, and everything. There was just nowhere for him to go. Nowhere at all. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what's going on. Do you know what I think I could do with? Let's put on some like audio background music, because I actually turned this sucker off. Let's give it a bit of... There we go. Because it seems so quiet while I'm casting. Now we can at least get some dramatic music in there. Yeah, that's better. So we see Fumble literally just bought his Heartseeker now. We just see it tick up. No one's really here. Everyone's rotating mid again. Kraken coming out on Hebo. Hebo using his ultimate as defensive enough. So you can see that it's just, he's kind of just on the back foot, even though Harrock was there. Harrock taking a lot of damage there just from the creeps alone. Needs to be a little bit careful. Really low now. Really low. Really, really low. He's gonna die. Oh, he was dicing with death there. It was kind of... There's no need to kind of put yourself that close, especially seeing as... Well, no, that's exposed secret boards, but it's very dodgy. Very dodgy. We see Neef has also finished off her Heartseeker as well, so they're going to... Both ranged AD are both going to get their stacks up pretty early now. We'd like to see the World Weaver kind of coming into play now, just to kind of help out a bit more, just kind of really take control of the game, obviously. With good communication, the World Weaver is dominating. We see obviously Poseidon, obviously Rush Doomob as well. So now we see we've got 3 stacking items on Exposed Secrets. They've even gone Heartseeker and Hercules. Now Heartseeker and Hercules is going to be interesting because obviously he's very difficult to kill with all like the mitigate wounds and obviously the bruisery builds that he goes, because that'll pretty much be like, it's probably his only damage item apart from maybe boots as well next. But yeah, he's going to go like solid bruiser. It's kind of like the way you build Fenrir as well. Ooh, throwing his ultimate in there. Tried to get the steal. Didn't manage to get it though, I don't think. Did he? No. He did manage to get the steal. See, now mitigate wounds coming out. Driving strike. Neef ultimate. World Weaver coming in. Going to hit as long with the searing pain. And then gets taken down. So, that there was... How would you say that? That was a bit cocky. That was really cocky. One versus 3. Fair enough, if he'd have got the driving strike on all of them, he'd have stunned him and managed to get out of the way, but the World Weaver that come in kind of pinned him in place. Like I say, the World Weaver is just, with good communications, really well. Now, Barkus going in for the tower dive. We see Kraken coming out there and picking off Lobster again, so Lobster's gone down twice. Building up Poseidon now. Poseidon's now going to run away with the lane. Seeing as Lobster's died twice, Poseidon is now level 10, Lobster's level 8. Every time you die mid, the opposing player gains a level on you. That's pretty much like the time delay and everything like that. They'll be a level ahead for every time that you disappear. From obviously the kill they got from killing you, and the fact that you had the time you've been away. It's kind of how it works. So every time he dies, he's losing a level, and it's not doing him any favors too much. We see on her just on the left. Well, we see both Heartseekers against each other, so it's all they're doing is just clearing the waves, keeping them clear, coming off. We see Badger's just kind of roaming. I feel he kind of feels like aimless. He's not quite sure where he wants to go at the minute. Well, I suppose this is the duo lane, and he's kind of returned back health. Now he's disappearing again. There he goes, gets in by Barkus, puts his ward down, carries on. Now we see obviously Fumble is going for his Heartseeker Devourer's Glove build, which I really like it. It's definitely a good build. Ooh, World Weaver coming in. Obviously hit on Poseidon. We see 4th bang down. Obviously Hebo there. So they managed to clear some of them stacks from Poseidon, which is definitely needed. He needed to be shut down a little bit, otherwise he was going to start running away with mid. We see Hercules coming around Zimp as well, just having a little look. Decides not to go. The Ra ult as well popping out. Freya rotating left. I don't think there's much Freya can do. Now she's just going to clear the jungle. Like jungle Freya, just clearing as much as possible versus the jungle 4. So who's winning in the jungle? Freya's slightly ahead. She's just finished that one off. But now she's got nowhere else to go. She's run out of jungle and 4's still got 2 more buffs to go. my buff camp. So he could have... Now we see a little bit of action over by the buffs coming over here. So Hades' armor coming out there. There's nowhere else to go. 4 did use his hammer, but didn't go anywhere. Freya... we're going to go back to the Freya kill any second now. So Harok... Well... Harok doesn't get the kill on Mordor, and we're going to take it. We're going to take it back, and then I'm going to come back to that. Where is it? Where is it? So Hebo's walked into Freya. Freya's 2 just does so much damage. So she goes up, ults him, finishes him off. Pretty easy kill there. And now we're going to come back because on her, Fumble seemed to kind of show his face over here at the same time. So he's back here, kind of just auto attacking Badger. Time to kind of leave, mate. It's enough. Does miss the stun though. Still get a few more auto attacks, and then just kind of keep going at it. There's nothing else you can kind of do, but at least the kills are kind of staying even now. Everyone's kind of, they get a bit ganked, they get a bit ganked. There's a few silly mistakes sometimes. Obviously, you get the Hebo pretty much didn't have much he could do. He kind of just got caught out there. We see Badger just kind of messing around, and we see Spoo go down on the right-hand side lane. So we're going to have a look at that. Hercules brings it back, driving strike. Hercules pretty much soloed him as it is, and then the Kraken. You see. Shadow Nightmare just coming in to get that kill steal right at the end, pretty much. Well, the Whirlpool was enough to kind of finish it. The Kraken was a bit overkill. So it's nice to see. But you see Exposed Secrets again ahead. They've got a lot of burst, especially just for like singling out people. They're just going to like do so much damage to him. Berserker's Barrage out onto Hercules. Mitigate Wounds would be nice to come up soon. No, there he goes. Finally gets to Mitigate Wounds. Could have been done when the Berserker's Barrage come out. Oh, would have actually got some more health back. But now he's going to back. It doesn't really matter. So, it's all good in that. Who knows? We do see Hades actually come out with early shell, which works quite nice, especially when then team fights start kicking in. Even early on, to be honest. When he goes for like using his ultimate, gets them up, and drops them out. Freya there. Bobbycoff going for his red buff. Get it done. So we see the difference in obviously the AD builds. We know Fumble goes for his Heartseeker Devourer's Gloves. And now we see obviously Neef goes for Boots now. So she wants a bit more mobility. Now I would love to see Neef go for the Devourer's Gloves as well. It's quite an interesting build. I'd like to see it happen. And because obviously once you just keep building them stacks, it's going to definitely work really well for obviously. He's not going to reach that far. He's good, but he ain't that good. So now he goes back down. 4 goes back down to the movement speed buff to get that down. And so on. But now we just get the solo laners. Obviously, Hercules is doing really well. I'm quite surprised at how well he's doing against the Ra. Obviously, with the Spoo's got so much lane push. And there we go. Hercules pushing him up against the wall, doing so much damage to him. I think, so they both ult each other. It's just the creeps that are going to be getting in there. Mitigate Wounds coming in. Misses up the knock-up, unfortunately. The heals, they both got the heals. Look at that. Oh, God. Just like 1 or 2 more attacks. Maybe if Zimp managed to get the knock-up, the Earthbreaker bit, would have actually secured the kill. But you can kind of see how much damage Hercules can kind of do, especially now he's got Heartseeker as well. He's actually going to like not run away with it as so, but the damage is definitely going to increase. And obviously he's still hard to kill. He has died once though. Okay, fair enough. But he's in a solo lane, so that means he's getting every last hit pretty much. Fair enough, the creeps are getting there. There's nowhere for him to go, but he has seen where Ra's going, so he's following Ra. Obviously, Poseidon's seen where he is. Kraken comes out, pushes him back, and then Driving Strike finishes off Spoo as well. Just caught out in the jungle, just where wards are. It's kind of like, there was no, I don't know why he was rotating over. There was no node for it. Oh, Berserker's Barrage, a few auto attacks, and World Weaver coming out just to finish off. Oh, perfectly blocked by Zimp. Needs to stop 4 though, because 4 can actually go there. Manages to pick off Harok. Harok went for the kill, but obviously his hammer was off on cooldown. But the World Weaver was blocked perfectly by Zimp to stop the kill going off onto the Poseidon, and then managed to actually get backed out. Working really, just the synergy's working up really nice. Now they're pushing objectives. You see what I mean? They're very Exposed Secret is very like objective focused. They like their objectives. They go for it. They're going to be the ones going compared to everybody else. Good banish up on Spoo. Spoo gets put back again. Freya's just going to go after this Hades ultimate. Now Freya's ult is down. There's a good Hercules ult as well, just to kind of back down. Freya does go down, but the Hercules ultimate, like Earthbreaker, manages to actually pick off Hades as well as a lot of other auto attack damage. Freya didn't have really anywhere to go because her ultimate was on cooldown. Otherwise, she'd have just leaped up and got out of there and just DPS the crap out of him while he's going down. So it's an even 1-for-1 trade, even though they tried to push that Gold Fury. They could have probably still pushed it while everyone was going. Well, I suppose 4-on-4. They wanted to kind of get everybody out of position. So Funball just trying to get his stacks up now. Obviously, he's finished his Devourer's gloves. Don't see too much on the left lane. We see Freya messing around. Not Freya. What am I about? Hebo on Poseidon. So for anyone who doesn't play Smite, this is the view the players get. Obviously, if you've watched the first 2 matches, you're going to understand a lot about Smite. Well, not a lot about Smite, but enough to know that this is the way they play. So it's very good, very good. But you can see the runaway distance that Poseidon has on the Hebo, where Hebo's died 4 times now. Poseidon's only died once, but pretty much like 4 kills. Well, he's rotated right and got 4 kills, but you can see what I mean. Every time you die and give away a kill, oh, there's some right-hand action going on. Every time you die and give away a kill, you give the opposing mid an extra level on you. So, Hebo's died once. Hebo's died 4 times. And Poseidon's got 4 kills from anywhere else. And look, you can see, well, okay, it's up 13 now. But he was up about 3 or 4 levels. So you can pretty much see what I'm on about. Obviously, Badger getting pushed away from the cooldown there buff. Now we see Intoxication comes out. We see a Whirlpool, Kraken. Obviously, the cripple effect coming in there. But he does get pushed out. Desert Fury, and there's no dash. If Badger would have actually managed to dash out of that one, he would have been safe. But oof. That obviously the Whirlpool first for the cripple, because once you get the cripple down, you don't want him banishing out. But then again, if you get the cripple, what's Hades got as things? He's only got Hog and Shell. We see possibly a bit of a gank on the right hand side. Freya comes in there, but Ra is too far under the tower, so they just can't push back too much on there. We see a teleport scroll on the underneath, even though she's got the global presence with her World Weaver ultimate. It's always good to kind of have it just so she can get around a little bit more, as we can see. Poseidon kind of rotating around just to kind of get that. Hebo there as well, going to probably get what's about. No, didn't even try. Obviously, he's low mana as well, doesn't want to mess around too much, because if he uses that, he'd end up having like no escape for his ultimate and stuff like that coming on. We see Harrock as well on Mordor. Mordor manages to bounce him up in the air. Hades is back, but 4 used his ultimate. He's going to come down possibly on Freya. Missed. Obviously, Freya knew it was coming and used her ultimate to get out of the way. Did a bit of damage to him, though. Actually managed to take out half of Harrock's health. And then we see everybody. So they're just clearing the camps. And a bit more action. Possibly going to push for the engagement now. So Belcher God's coming out. Obviously, Badger manages to dive underneath and pick up the camp. But while he's pushed out there, they're concentrating on the red buff. Exposed secrets of just DPSing the crap out of that Gold Fury. So they take that first Gold Fury lead, which is definitely, yeah, it's definitely like a familiar pattern over the last 3 games. You see, Exposed Secrets, very objective focused. They will go for that Gold Fury every time it's up. Every time it's there, they will push. They will push out. The slightest hint they can get it, they're going to go for it. Bipolar Method seem to be a bit more reactionary from what I can kind of see, unfortunately. I need to be a bit more proactive. We see some focused void stones coming out on Bipolar Method now, so the extra deep penetration is going to kick in, obviously, for the Hebo and the Ra. The Ra not so much, though. Well, surprisingly enough, this Ra isn't going like Greaves and other stuff like that you see a lot of Ras do. This who is it? Who's Ra? Ra is Spoo. So he's actually going for a bit more damage output orientated Ra build Ra getting pushed back by Hercules again. I just see him get pushed to the side on the minimap. And just kind of working it down a little bit more. Just keep going. Keep going. Ra coming out there. Ra taking out... See, Ra's damage doing quite well. They're obviously taking Hercules down to as much damage as he is. But he needed all that penetration to get through. Obviously, Hercules at the moment is only like... He's got no defense items, really. He's got a Void Blade, but that doesn't really affect Ra at all in any respect. Hercules coming round to mid. Possibly ganks. No, decides not to. See beside him, though. He's at like 414. So he's definitely ahead. He's level 18. Running a kind of way with it a bit more. Definitely when it comes to the team fights, that is world pool and his tidal surge, especially if he keeps the tidal meter up quite a bit, which at the moment it seems quite high, especially by the trail that's behind and how fast he's actually moving passively. You can see that definitely coming out there. Especially look at him now, he's flying. 4's going up, comes down, does miss. I did see him go up there a little bit. See, what was that? Who's got blink? So you see how Badger in there, Kraken comes out there as well. We see Aegis. We will go down, so we will lose some of his stacks. We see Harrock, the Berserker's Barrage, but the Neath ultimate's coming in there and gets caught on there by Model, and then Badger manages to push back out, but will get taken down by the Freya if she can land all the hits. One more, bang, picks that one up. So that was a good, what was that? 2 of them? 2 for 1 trade. Unfortunately, they lost. Oh, I won't speed it back up. They lost Poseidon, but Poseidon's probably only going to go down to 25 stacks now. They should be able to get the middle tower from this. Now, Spook gets pushed up in the air. They could go for it, but decided not to. Freya get taking a lot of damage there from Youngbei, but they managed to get that middle tower. So the first tower goes down and goes to Expose Secrets. Pushes back Youngbei. Ooh, Freya almost. Bobby needs to leave, needs to get out of there before they get caught out. There's no Neath ult, so they can't use that. It's already been used, and yeah, I was about to say, where are you? I got kind of confused. So we see Lobster getting pushed up in the air. Just the auto attacks there from Zimp. Zimp's just putting out so much damage with that Heartseeker. That's working really well for him. He was doing a lot of damage just with his auto attacks alone, let alone when he threw the boulder out. The boulder was just overkill, but Cure to kill is what we like to call it. So Freya finished off her demonic grip, going to Fatalis, getting that extra movement speed out, pushing out even more. Definitely really well. Gem of Isolation coming out straight away for Poseidon. Now we see Badger as well under the tower, just holding Hercules there. Gets hit by the ultimate from Ra. Pushes back, but the mitigate wounds kicked in just after that, so he should generate quite a lot back. Actually, no, he generated F all. So he's going to back anyway. Leave, obviously, Funball there. Obviously, Funball's got all his stacks. Still hasn't died yet. So he's probably about 50 stacks or very close to it in any respect. It's funny to see the mages pretty much mirroring the build, except Hebo's going for cooldown and just everything like that. Just kind of, it feels a bit more of a, I'd say a passive game, but it's more like a whole lot of nothing, and then they kill 5 people in the team, or 3 people in the team, and then a whole lot of nothing, kill 3 people in the team. It's definitely kind of got that flow. The Gold Fury should be coming up soon, so they might be kind of like positioning themselves ready for that one comes up. But 4 manages. 4's got his Heartseeker as well. 4's died twice. Got Void Blade coming up. Hercules managed to finish that his focus Void Blade. So definitely like all damage at the minute. It's doing, yeah. As we can see there, the Gold Fury is now back up. So we'll probably see Hercules is going to get ganked. No, yeah, Hercules is going to get ganked on here. Oh, that hurt. That really did hurt. So the Berserker's Barrage, then Ra ultimate, and then the World Weave was coming in, but I don't even think it made it there. It just took a beam to the face. So I'm guessing next will be Magical Protection. That's pretty much what I'm thinking that. But there was so much damage coming out there. He wasn't really getting out. He was just getting caught. He could do with some more wards. Kraken coming up. Oh, good for when he goes down. Taking the Freya 2 radiate actually coming out there. But Hebo manages to pick up Poseidon. So Poseidon's now down to probably about 15 stacks. 15, 20 stacks. There's a Fury and Aegis coming out there onto Lobster. Lobster goes down, but a good snare there off onto the Ra. The Freya. The Freya goes down. And Funball managed to just get out of there with a skim of his life. Absolutely. So it looked like Bipolar Method managed to turn that one around really quite well, actually. It was just like a load of like single engagements that was coming off, like a couple of engagements here, a couple of engagements there, but yeah, that worked. It just worked. Well, they got the gank on Zimp, and then it was a 2 for 2. So another pause, but on pause straight away, and paused again. So let's just speed it up. There we go. So we're back. Now, we've got Zimp over by the Gulf. Just keeping an eye on it. Could do with some wards out though. There we go. Wards finally going down for Badger. Now, Zimp would have heard that. As you could obviously, for anybody that doesn't know, you can hear the wards going down. So you know when someone puts a ward down near you. Now we see Fumble coming around. So Hercules and Fumble can take the Gulf Fury on their own. Unfortunately, there's a ward there, so Youngbae will see this. So they're going to take out that ward, finally take out that ward, and the rest of Exposed Secrets here. So you see what I mean? They're pushing the objective even more. Just always pushing those objectives, and that's why they're running away. They're about 8k gold ahead at the 24-minute mark, and it looks like they're going to take this completely uncontested. The Ra Beam did go in, but I didn't see it actually do any damage. Badger's come in, but pretty much everyone got out apart from Hercules. Not too much. Throws out the boulder, does loads of damage. Takes out about further damage on everybody. Berserker's Barrage going out there. Harrock does go down to Hercules. Hebo comes in, but hits nobody with his ultimate. Uses Water Spout up. Freya just trying to get out. Uses her ultimate out. Impale goes on to Lobster. Lobster does go down to the Freya. Badger's going to go down, should go down as well to Poseidon. Does manage to go out, but maybe Zimp will go after that and finish that kill. We see On Her going after Neef. Neef backing off. Could get impaled up against the wall. Banish finishing off on Badger. Badger does go down. We see just a few more auto attacks there. She's going to go down, and she has to go down. There's no way about it yet. Finally, Youngbae does go down after using World Weaver to try and slow down and stop On Her in his tracks. Didn't really do too much. Now, with the levels that everybody's got, I fully expect everybody to teleport in and go for the Fire Giant. So Spoon needs to kind of get back out. That's definitely the teleport scrolls worked out really well. They're really nice. So we're going to see a completely uncontested Fire Giant coming out here from Exposed Secrets, because the only person that's up is Ra, and Ra's back at base. There's nothing you could have done anyway, but they almost forgot it. That would have been so funny if they reset that. I'm guessing the Hog missed, or they got it at the wrong timing. What's it? They got level 3 Hog, so they're going to push this out, push a few more towers down, possibly push this one, go left lane, push this one, go right lane. And then save it left lane for the next time they get the Fire Giant. Or they're going straight for the Phoenix. No, they're going left lane. So they're going to push like 3 towers at the same time. Take all the buff camps while they're there. Trying to deny some XP and buffs in general. Just XP, gold, buffs. Just deny as much as possible. Stop anybody trying to catch up on you. Force them into the lanes. So you can get some ganks off. So push out the left down lane a bit more. Tower's going to go down. Look at that. It just melts. Now, this is going to be the point. Can Bipolar Method kind of hold the tower or not? I don't feel they can hold the tower. Zimp going in. Going to take the mitigate wounds. Just completely tank the tower. And there's nothing Bipolar Method can kind of do. There's 4 kind of sitting back. They've just completely just let that go. Now, the Phoenix is the one that they won't let. They won't let this one go without a fight. And if they do this silly, we've got 4 over at the side, just kind of looking. Is Harrock going to go for it? Remember, if it goes up, he's gonna be heard. So he needs to be a little careful. And also, if he goes up from that direction, the trees are gonna be in the way for where he wants to land. So Barkus goes in, Mordor goes in. 4 is up in the air, comes straight down onto Hades. Berserker's Barrage in. Hades taking out a lot of damage there. We see Desert Fury going out. Freya goes down. Poseidon goes down. Exposed Secrets are losing 3 people, actually. So they lost Hercules as well in that engagement. Funball goes down, takes out Harrock and Hebo. And back out there. So you see what I mean? That build, though, that Funball's got is just doing so much damage that if he's left alone too long, should go down here. If he's not... he's so close. Does finally go down, but Mordor is kind of messing around a little bit to that. So it could be a deicide here. So Bipolar Method turned that one around exceptionally well. Can they push out? They should be able to push out and get a tower. Come on, boys. Come on, guys. We can get a tower. Why are you going back now? Why? Just go. Just go. Push the towers. Push a tower. The fire giant's gone. They're going to go. They've got 20 seconds before anything actually happens. Where are they actually going? There's no fire giant there. They've already killed it. Did they not realise they've killed it? Sometimes you could... I know I do that a lot. Sometimes you do that a lot. You go makes you check the fire giant just to reset the symbol so you know when it respawns in. But the problem is they had an opportunity there to push down the middle tower, get a tower. They need to push these towers. They're spending so much time grabbing buffs that they're missing towers. Now, Neef on her own is not going to be able to push this tower. That's if they rotate over. They're taking the damage buff now, but I honestly think, look, they're rotating over now. She can't push that. So you got a deicide, but didn't capitalize on it. You had 3 people up, and you didn't push the tower. I kind of feel just definitely an opportunity missed, and it could come back and bite them in the ass. I think so. 14k gold up here by Exposed Secrets. So it's especially at the 30-minute mark. That's a lot. That's not like the 8th I was saying. It's about a third. Could be anything like a third of what it is. It's a lot of gold. Definitely a lot of gold. Like a full item possibly. See, Gold Fury again. Just keep pushing. Lucky enough though that the Gold Fury was down while the deicide happened. Otherwise, Bipolar Method could have actually taken that and gone for that instead. So they grabbed that one again, pushed that gold lead even more up to 16k really. Now where they're going for it? Now they're just kind of sitting back, farming up. They've got the objectives that are up. They can't really push any more towers apart from the right hand side tower. That's the only one that's left. They are going to lose their right tower though, just from creeps actually. Is it not going to die? Oh my god. I'm just looking at it now, and it's just the creeps have come in just at the right time. Like one more hit, and that would have actually done it. See, the fire giant's up. We could see. No, I couldn't see. We could see. I fully expect Exposed Secrets to go for the fire giant, or grab the buff, go for the fire giant. That's pretty much their MO for these last games. We kind of know where they're going, what's going to happen. Bipolar Method should know this. Well, there's a ward there. They're definitely going to know this. So we're going to see this engagement. Can they get the steal? They need to get the steal to actually stay in the game. So we see Exposed Secrets onto the fire giant. About cooldown. 4's up in the air. Where's he going to land? Here he goes. Down on nobody. Decides not to actually engage in there. It's one of them ones, you're so far behind in gold and kills and levels that you really need to get like a proper favourable engagement. They need to be taking damage from the fire giant before you go in. Just because, well, the fire giant's at half health. Badger's there. Badger's the only one there. He needs to go in. And no, they've got Exposed Secrets, got that fire giant. Now this is the point where everybody dies. Badger's dead. Hebo round the back. Nothing he can kind of do. This is a point where they're definitely going to lose 2 Phoenixes in this. I believe they lose 2 Phoenixes now. There's no... Bipolar Method just don't have an answer. just nothing that Bipolar Method have done so far have been like to counteract or counter what Exposed Secrets are trying to do. They're not trying to, the Bipolar Method aren't trying to like, yeah, just not countering stuff. So the middle Phoenix is going to go down. It's going to go down super fast. Now, they're going to lose the left Phoenix as well. That's just going to get tanked straight out. Here we go. But like I say, like we were saying like I was saying at the beginning of the picks, they've got so much damage on Exposed Secrets compared to Bipolar Method. I felt they've just been outpicked as well from what they've got. But Barkus goes straight on the Harrow, gets pushed up by the water spout though, and then Tectonic Rift comes out just to stop the pursuit. So they're going to turn back around and go back for that Phoenix. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to go for the fight here straight afterwards, or are they going to back off like they normally do? So they decide they're going to back off. So yeah, they do back off. Are they going to go rotate over to the right-hand side and actually pick up the next one? No, actually, no. Ra misses that one. So they could back off and rotate over to the right-hand lane. Because to be honest, they could probably pick up that tower as well. They're not even that low health. So where are they going? They've already got all the objectives. There's nothing else they can kind of do. They haven't lost a single tower yet. It's like a flawless victory if they actually get there without this kill. If this doesn't go down, I will be amazed. Someone has to push it. Jesus, I would be for right now running up there and batter that and then get out of there. But then again, no. Or Neef. Neef would be a good one. Just anybody. Just go over and hit that tower. Get some gold. You need the gold. Everybody needs that global gold. Need these objectives. So now we're seeing Exposed Secrets pushing up the right-hand lane. Though obviously they want to get that last tower and last Phoenix. And then Fire Giant buffs. Probably got about a minute left. 45 seconds to a minute left on it. So they definitely want to push up a bit more. They're following the creeps up this time. So they're going to let the creeps up. But Youngbei decides to back as they arrive. So there's no one really here to defend this tower. We've got Harrock coming around the side, but it's too late. They've already under the tower. That if you go in there, you're going to get tower dove. So they completely forfeit this tower. The last Phoenix now. Harrock's in mid lane, not doing much. And he's gonna. It's like the final stand. If this Phoenix goes down, it's GG. There's no coming back from this one. So we see Badger go straight in there, initiate straight on top, but gets blown up by the Kraken and Desert Fury. Harrock comes in as well. There's the boulder coming out from Hercules. Badger is still alive and does finally go down to intoxication. Berserker's Barrage after Freya uses her too. Phoenix is in trouble. Belch goes out on Spoo. Spoo goes down. Phoenix goes... Well, Spoo doesn't go down. Phoenix goes down. And now all three Phoenixes are down and the creeps are all coming in. We see everybody kind of coming out. The Minotaur's just taking so much damage from the fire minions. Look at that. It's pretty much just all fire minions going down. See Burker's Barrage going out. And then we see Exposed Secrets taking Game 3 and the EU first placed weekly tournament this week. And to be honest, Bipolar Method just got pretty much outplayed. Now they got outplayed by like objectives mainly. Skill-wise in team fights, Bipolar Method were winning hands down. Pretty much the first two matches. Fair enough, this third match wasn't that good. But in the first two matches, they were team fight kings. They could turn a team fight round. Even if the Exposed Secrets had the Fire Giant, they could turn it round. But the problem they had, I kind of feel from what I said, and I've been preaching on about this, so I'm sorry guys that I keep saying about it, is the fact that Exposed Secrets, every time the Gold Fury was up, they was on the Fire Giant or the Gold Fury. Bipolar Method pretty much just left them alone and reacted and didn't do anything to it to kind of react to it. They should have known. Even when they had wards, was it game 2? They had wards all the way around the Fire Giant and let the Fire Giant go completely uncontested. How do you do that? You can't. You need to get the objectives before the opponent does, or at least be the one there. It's just kind of... Yeah, and especially when they got the deicide, they didn't even push one tower. At least push a tower. Everyone kind of backed and doing anything. And then Badger. I can't really say MVP Badger because, to be honest, he gave away a lot of kills that shouldn't have been got away. Even the Hades initiates were pretty poor. I feel like I'm bashing on him. Sorry, but I just kind of like Hades jumps in ults. With everybody with gap closers, they're going to get out of that pretty easy, especially with the Kraken. They just blew him up. Every time he went in, they blew him up. That's just all that happened. It wasn't one of them engagements. Now, if you had... I suppose he was the only initiator. There wasn't much they could kind of do. But yeah. So, I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this week's worth of matches. I'm your host, Risty. Obviously, you can find me at any place. We've just put in Risty UK at the end of it. It's like youtube.com, Risty UK, Twitch, Twitter. It's all Risty UK. That's all me. Obviously, if you're watching SmiteTube, thanks for watching on SmiteTube. And keep watching. And I'll see you guys next time.